Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on in. My name is Ice Cold Brew. I am going to be your commentator and broadcaster for this New Balance Dad Association Showcase. Now, to set the stakes here, we have two new rosters that are debuting their first competitive time playing together in order to anticipate for the new Ascend Tournament Series that is coming up fairly shortly. Both these teams will be featured coming up for the C1, C3 level, and you know they have some talent behind them. Of course, let's even talk a little bit about that skill set. We got Bloodwolf showing up with New Balance Dad Association Midnight, played with Roy, Spiffy, had the sub of Talent BK 2020, and of course Jordan No Akuma on reserve, just in case you need that extra bit of demon behind you. And right next across to them as well, man I know very well, the man who truly drives this offense who truly drives this organization, got shouted out on Boost Overball podcast by Valk, one of our other players in our higher level orgs. It's going to be Grantler playing with Z-Court, it's Bran, the formidable Blake on sub, and then Gavin Coconut on reserve as well, folks. This is going to be an incredible matchup. We have a best of 7 going on tonight, and it is my joy, my pleasure to be able to showcase this talent to everyone on the board. Now, of course, we do have predictions currently going right now. If you want my personal opinion, NBDA Midnight versus Neon, it's going to be a tight matchup, honestly, because I have seen Bloodwolf play in 3s. I think he's a better 2s player. I have seen Grantler play in 2 and 3s, and I know he's very talented, and he has these moments to show up and show out and showcase that talent. However, you can also just have an off day. Now, Z-Court and Bran are going to be the unique factors for me, so that could boost up Neon's motivation here as well. However, Roy and Spiffy, I have actually looked at their trackers a little bit, and they are fairly strong. Bloodwolf kind of crazy in 3, says insert E. Welcome on in. Thank you very much for coming in. I am so excited to get these guys on the road, get us show it. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure both teams are ready to go. This is a best of 7, so they have plenty of time to really learn, to really encapsulate what that talent that we get to see from both sides. And it's going to be a lot of fun to witness this action going on right now as we continue to get this matchup going. Just have to check one thing real quick. All right. Okay, so I do have it on Orbital Sphere. Go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for the very first matchup here. This is going to be a best of 7 once again, as Grantler is over on the orange with Brad and Big Nut over on Neon's side. Bloodwolf is going to get a bar down skis just to get the ball rolling here in order to set up that offense. Bloodwolf, beautiful shot, puts it right over Big Nut. Brand just a bit delayed to catch, and Bloodwolf just quick, unanticipated accuracy in order to catch up to that one. Beautiful shot for him. It's going to be a first goal to Midnight. Midnight, of course, being joined by Bloodwolf. We also have Roy. I believe that's Spiffy in the background as well. Roy going to sail right past the ball. Spiffy and Bloodwolf both double committing here. It's going to be a nice little breakdown of 3v3. We have C1, C3 just as a reminder. So around this level, you're going to see a little bit more aerial acrobatics. You're going to pay really close attention to these rotations, how people move. And there'll be some moments here where we get to showcase that solo talent too. And I think Bloodwolf does have that opportunity. I think Grant needs that help to boost. Brand drops that ball right towards center, but it's going to be Roy with the pickup. Bloodwolf counters, tries to redirect, but it's going to be Grant. Tries to follow through on a goose egg, though. Brand steps back, avoids the bump, avoids the demo. Spiffy getting real aggressive on that run. But that's going to be Roy picking up the second goal here just to help out Bloodwolf, picking up his first assist. Roy making their first appearance for the NBDA brand. Just under a minute gone by so far. Midnight looking to put them to bed. It's past their bedtime on the Neon side. And with that 2-goal difference already before a minute has gone up, you know they are starting to play fairly aggressive. I will say the biggest thing about Neon, though, major factor with Big Nut and, of course, with Grantler on the team, they are very good at the mid-air adjustment. Big Nut actually one of the people who knocked me out along with my team on NBDA White. And I believe it was Kyohaku Rocket League Series on the top half of, no, it was Car Soccer City on the top half of the tournament bracket for playoffs. It's going to be Brand chasing this ball down. Spiffy puts it back to Roy. Good redirect, good back pass in order to set that one up. Roy is very comfortable in the air, too. I think I've seen him spend a majority of the time up high. As we continue to keep this aggression going. Big Nut with a big shot gets denied inside. It's going to be another chance. Ball towards the side. Another denial. Roy this time getting in the way of Grant. That was a double commit from Roy, from Grant and Bran. Big Nut, second shot as well. Denied once again by Roy. Great save from him. Sends that ball back over to the orange side of the pitch, but Nut is going to drop this one down. Sadly, cannot drop a big enough nut for that. It's going to be Blood Wolf dropping this one down inside. And now a 3-0 lead, just a bit over the halfway mark for this first game. Again, that's not bad to say. That's not negative on the side of Neon. It's a best of 7. You have these adjustments, and if there's anything folks like Big Nut is good at, it's trying to find that adjustment and altering in order to maximize what kind of offense they need for game 2. That adaptability is so important. Grantler really adapting in that situation as that double commit almost breaks down. Big Nut gets it to the side, tries to get it one more. Blood Wolf can't tie it in. Instead, puts it on the goalpost, going to send it upfield. Down to Grantler. No boost in the tank. It's going to be Bran looking for a shot on target. Nut tries to redirect in. Can't do so. Spiffy countered by Bran. Grant down to the corner. Over to Roy. Roy bumped out. Bran taking another shot. It's going to center it for Nut. Nut tries to redirect inside, but Blood Wolf gets on top of it and now is on a breakaway. One more chance. Ball across the net. Bran tries to clear it away, but it's going to be Roy on the dunk to send it inside. 4-0 here. Thank you for the follow, Grizzly Demon. Of course, this might not be the first showing for this team that they really want to start off with, and Neon, of course, still putting on an incredible fight, but let's give credit where credit is due. The defensive prowess of Midnight has really been hampering that offensive edge that Neon needs. Nice bump attempt from Spiffy, but Brand is going to come in and help out. 50 from Roy down to the corner. It's going to be Brand dropping it over to Grant. Grant with the pinch. Power of friendship off and away. Spiffy off target. Won't go through here. It's going to be Big Nut. Big angle won't go through. Blood Wolf off the woodwork. Looking for a little bit more aggression here coming out of the orange side. Bran sends it hard off the wall. Roy has to make a midair adjustment to avoid the bump in demo. Spiffy clears it to the corner. Takes flight. One more touch for Roy. But it's going to be Bran. And, of course, with a minute left, not much you can do here as we have a 5th goal for Blood Wolf and the rest of NBDA Midnight. I believe that's actually Blood Wolf's hat trick. Yeah, that is, in fact, a hat trick for Blood Wolf right now. Check my stat sheet. It's going to be an incredible run. Less than a minute left and a strong showing for Midnight, who, like the Knights, steal the first game away fairly quickly and have been on the run ever since it started. With 45 seconds left to go, right now, Neon just needs to get that momentum started for Game 2. Looking for 1 goal at least. Looking for some bumps and clears. Roy comes in, clears out the ball out of the corner, drops it down center to Grant. Wants one more chance, can't follow through. It's going to be Bran over to Big Nut, over to Grant. Big Nut tries to send it inside, but that woodwork is just a bit too far away. Low 50 from Brand, but Blood Wolf with the cleanup. Comes out with the mop, sends it down towards center. Big Nut denied. Brand upfield. Gonna look for another chance. Spiffy taking flight across the half-court line. Brand picks it up. One more chance. That's going to be a one final shot, and Roy at the buzzer is going to close this one off here. Incredible start for NBDA Midnight as they start this series 6-0 against Neon. I mean, 13 shots total just to the 5 from NBDA Neon. And they struggle to find that offensive edge to get this started. But credit where credit is due. This is the first time these two teams, I believe, are meeting with each other. And this is going to be a tough matchup for Neon right now. Again, Bloodwolf, very familiar face. I know he has that talent. Roy, though, has been impressing me. Beautiful accuracy, about 60% shot at accuracy right now. 3 saves as well as gotten in the way of practically every single shot between Grant and Big Nut. Brand doing everything he can to defend that back line, but has been unable to do so here. Neon needs that forward momentum going into this next game, and you know they're looking forward to this series continuing on. You know they want to show out why they are going to be such an important matchup going forward. As my game disconnects. You know, folks, it's not a stream unless you have technical difficulties of some kind. Oh, we all did, Bloodwolf, don't worry. Incredible. As always, shout out to Rocket League for having a absolutely perfect working product. Never anything going wrong. Screens never go out, lobbies never shut down, and there's no such thing as a hacker and or anything else that would interrupt your gameplay. This game is uncheatable and you can never be DDoSed. This is me being serious. Just got a DM from Grant saying, I swear this game is broken. All right, folks, I think I got everyone back in here. And if everyone's ready to go, we're going to go ahead and get this game 2 started. Time ticking down here, and we're going to go ahead and start with Neon winning the kickoff. Grant tries to follow up. Bloodwolf sends it across. Gets countered, but it's going to be Spiffy picking this one up. And, you know, both teams are allowed to sub in people if they need to as well. They have the depth of roster. Great demo from Roy. Takes out Grant. Spiffy's going to make his first appearance on a goal. But it's going to be Roy who sets this one up. Bloodwolf will get credit for the assist, but it is the incredible setup from Roy in order to get Spiffy to that goal. Intergalactic, absolutely correct. They also fixed this game entirely. Oh boy, I can't wait for it to get ported over to Fortnite. Ball in front of the net. Grantler gets this one out just at the final moments. Now on a breakaway. Bit of a pickup. Tries to scoop it away. It's going to be Brand with the counter. Sends it down to the corner. Spiffy takes out Nut. Brand takes out Roy. Bloodwolf takes out himself. Puts it to the wall. Brand just puts that ball a bit too far forward. Spiffy able to counter, sends it down to the corner, goes for one more touch. Can't really find an opening here. Wanted to take someone out instead. That's a low 50. Brand trying to lock horns with Bloodwolf. Instead, it's going to be Bloodwolf versus Grant. Grant gets the save here. Ball pinched out across the half-court line. Roy chasing it down. Bit of a foundation flip. Misses out. Wanted to give it over to Spiffy. Now, sends that ball down and away. Oh, this game's so going to be fixed once it goes over to the Fortnite engine, I promise. I have words about that, but that's for a podcast. Roy taking flight. Is in the center zone. Just needs one more touch. Grant tries to counter, but Roy's already on a savior. Big Nut looking to Grant, but it's going to be Bloodwolf missing out. Grant follows through. No. Fakes it out. Goes back to Nut. Big Nut. Countered by Spiffy. So far, they've done a better job on the defensive side for the team of Neon. Bit of confusion. Ball dropping down. 50 from Brand. Roy carries. Spiffy centers. Roy taking flight. One more touch is going to do it, and that's going to go inside. Great pass from Spiffy to Roy. And Roy as well, again, aerial acrobatics inside, is actually cranking 90s on the pitch right now. Able to take this ball, take it for himself, and drops it to a 2-0 lead. Currently on an 8-goal scoring run right now. Meanwhile, Neon in about a 7-minute, 10-second drought. I've seen more hydration in Texas during the summer. And for those who live in Texas, you should know that's a joke. We have a town that literally ran out of water. Half the game gone by, 2-0 difference right now. Plenty of time to make a comeback. Roy sends it upfield. Spiffy sends it to the side. Grant takes flight. One more touch for Grant. He could pinch it down. Puts it down into the ground. And we'll find the first goal here. Took them 7.5 minutes to find it, but lo and behold, 7 minutes, 40 seconds later, they're able to find their first goal. Brings it down to a 1-goal game, and could that be the crack in the dam that brings them together? Oh, hey, my overlay changed to what I wanted it to. Thank you. Grant, denied by Roy once again. Roy is such a defensive wall. I don't think I've seen anyone built more of concrete, more bricked up than Roy in this moment. I do not mean that any other way than defensively. Doomsday from Brand will be able to tie this game up for the very first time. Cuts down Roy. I compliment Roy, of course, and then immediately Brand just breaks him down, sends him spinning away, and then puts the final touch just for himself. Grant looking for a chance here, wants to get their very first lead now. It's going to be Nut. Goes to counter, slows down the ball, trying to get it away from Spiffy. Spiffy takes it from Wolf. Wolf off the ceiling. Drop down to Roy. Roy, oh, one more touch from Wolf, and that was a bit too many. Wolf off the woodwork again. Less than 90 seconds to go. Tie game at the moment. Desperation in the eyes of Midnight. They see the lunar eclipse coming, and they are not ready for that neon moon. Brand taking flight, tries to put it inside. Denied. Close shot. Nut low on boost. Just needs to keep it away. That's a high angle shot. It's going to go off the crossbar. Roy goes up to counter. Ceiling pinch. One more chance. Grant has to give that one up. Big Nut all the way downfield. Sends it down and away. Bloodwolf's going to scoop it out. Over to Roy. Big Nut, last man back. Grant's trying to come in to help out. Taking flight. One more touch from Nut. Grant's taken down. Spiffy looking for a pass, but Bloodwolf is a bit too far back, and I do not blame him. Vectron, I think Intergalactic was being sarcastic, by the way, because we both were. We know Rocket League is ineffable, will never fail, has never been broken. There's never been an issue with the servers. Why are you asking? Bran tries to win out the 50. Bloodwolf tried to force the issue, but sadly will break the needle trying to go through. Grant on a breakaway. Cat meowing in my ear. Low boost for Bran, has to wait. That patience may be rewarded here from Grant. Upper, oh, just outside, scoops it away. It is very much sarcasm, Vectron. Ball to the half-court line. Sends it down, sends it over to Bran. Oh, around the woodwork, and sadly the wood is no good. That was, in fact, mahogany. And now OT for the very first time. Midnight, a little bit of a breakdown on their offense, and you can see it in this effort. Brand gets taken out as soon as he touches the ball. Bloodwolf, that's going to be a waterfall down in front of the net. Grant gets it away, has plenty of boost. He's going to chase after it. He's going to get an aerial. One more touch, tries to pinch it down. Oh, that's an own goal! Beautiful shot. Grant chases it down, looks for a pass, and gets help in the most unanticipated place of Spiffy, who cuts down through the mid lane and ends up putting it right inside. NBDA Neon takes their first game, ties it up 1-1. Incredible touch, and let's look at those stats too. I mean, 9 shots, a bit more aggressive coming out from Neon, and a bit more conservative too. I mean, Midnight still incredible defense. That's 8 saves total for Roy right now. And he has just been on fire the entire time. However, the one save he needed to make, he instead challenged Bran too quickly, and Bran was able to pull a Doomsday off at the end of that. That was a very incredible play from Bran in order to find that opening. As I quickly just check one more thing here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to transition back in. Folks, let me know if you see any moments that you think deserve to be highlighted, because that has been an incredible shot from these two. As we get ready for this Game 2, ladies and gentlemen, or Game 3, I apologize. We are making our way to DFH Stadium. It's going to be a nice matchup so far. No subs at the moment from the rosters. Everyone's still playing with their #1 team. Demos abound for the folks on Midnight. Ended up not working out so far. The pressure coming in and the overcommits. Oh, beautiful touch from Big Nut down to Grant, and Grant will happily accept the Nut's pass in order to drop this one down. Camera not working with me there. Incredible reaction time. Roy gets ready for Nut's next touch. Does not see Grant in front of him. Sees the forest for the trees there. Ball pinched out on the 50. And going to see Spiffy fighting for his life. Trying to find a shot. Bloodwolf tries to perform his own Doomsday. Instead, it's a fake over to Roy. Roy's going to tie it up fairly quickly. 1-1 now. Great challenge. Just puts one more touch. Gets Grantler and Bran a bit too anxious on that back wall. That backboard defense, such a difficult position to be in. Difficult spot to fight from at this level. Again, C1 to C3 for these folks. They're comfortable in the air. They're comfortable looking for passing plays. They're comfortable challenging. However, the difficulty they're running into is consistent saves that protect their line and then finding the right time to challenge too. This has been an issue on both teams. I love how quick Neon has taken advantage, just able to redirect passes so quickly. Ooh, Grant just a bit late on that challenge. Roy's going to be able to get this one away over to Bloodwolf, but it's just going to head back to the wall. Spiffy looking for one more touch, tries to center it for Bloodwolf, but Wolf is out of the play. Bran backs up, gets the ball, gets bumped away. Big Nut tries to put her onto the inside post. No, denied. Hits the woodwork. Just a bit too quick on that one. Bit too much mustard on it. Curved a bit too far outside, and of course that led to the issue there. Bloodwolf trying to go for a bit of a nice little flip reset. Musty. Grant pinches off the backboard. Rotations getting a little thrown around haphazardly here for both sides. Everyone wants to continue to put pressure. They want to play fast, but they are not. They're thinking more speed and not positioning and timing. Minute 45 gone by so far. Spiffy can't get past the mid lane. It's going to be Nut looking to Bran. Bran just in front of Roy. Ball popped up. Not enough. Grant's going to break away. That's going to be a chance for Bloodwolf. That ball's going to scoop out. Bloodwolf looking for a pass to Spiffy. Spiffy's in position. Spiffy able to get the pinch. Beautiful shot here, and honestly, who else can you anticipate but Spiffy getting ready for that play? Catches both Nut and Bran off guard and takes that one away from him. Brings that lead back under Midnight's control. Really do love that play. That was an incredible setup from them. And then the ball going back onto that orange side of the pitch. Grant fighting for his life here. Trying to keep everything alive. Nut and Bran both double commit on that play. It could be a bit devastating as Bloodwolf almost gets a second touch. Ball's going towards the net, off the backboard. Big Nut with a big save. Big Nut down to Brand. Brand looking for the top shelf. Sadly, it's a bit too expensive. Hits the woodwork instead. Gets kicked out of the Dunkin' Donuts as Roy will instead DoorDash his way into the net. Roy dropping that ball right inside, too. Over the defense, going to have that 2-goal lead. Neku Cat, welcome on in. Beautiful shot from Spiffy. Able to react so well and get a nice pinch, set him up. 120 seconds left to go in this game 3. Midnight with that insurance goal. Glad they have paid off their deductible, but will it last, or will those benefits end come November? Nut, redirect, chip shot, high backboard. No one's able to follow up, though. Do like that redirect option, though. Grant high off the backboard once again, over to Big Nut. Bar down and in. 93 seconds left to go. Grant keeping the defense away, puts it up high. Roy is out of position. Bloodwolf can't get nearby, and no one knows where Spiffy is in that moment. Had already struck in once, and sadly, Lightning does not strike twice on that defensive play. 90 seconds left to go. 1 goal difference for Midnight in the lead right now. Neon looking for a chance. Going to try and break this ball up high. Brand puts it on target. Bloodwolf's going to scoop away over to Roy. Grant counters. Good touch off corner. Gets one more touch out center. Wanted to bring it closer to Brand, but near side on that left side of the field. No one was around. That ball had plenty of time to head back. Roy looking to redirect in. Instead, it's back in the corner. Grant, half court line. Spiffy picks up the ball. Plenty of boost in the tank. Goes for a flip reset. Tries to fake out Big Nut, but when you're just that big, you're just saying zoom, zoom, zoom the entire time as you go in for that challenge. Grant trying to fake out Roy. Does not perform to the best there. Gets caught out. 30 seconds left to go. 50 going back to half court. Spiffy's going up for it. Nut can't find it. Brand drops center. Grant just a bit too early on that flight test. Won't be able to go through. Instead has to take out Roy. Bloodwolf fighting for positioning. Just needs to hold on to the ball. Scoops it towards center. Nut back towards half court. Chases again. Tries to keep it alive, but that's going to hit the ground. No, Bloodwolf still alive. That ball's going to find the green, and game 3 is going in favor of NBDA Midnight. Once again, check out those stats, ladies and gentlemen. Not as many demos from Midnight. I think that was to their favor on this one, but the overwhelming pressure they had going in here was incredible. And that's more of what they needed as well, too. They needed that momentum shift to allow them to focus more on their rotations, focus more on their positioning, not really trying to force awkward positioning for Neon. They just wanted to get that ball in a good spot for their team, and they were able to do so there. Quickly checking the video file as I go grab Spiffy's great clip. Incredible run for these two teams, ladies and gentlemen. And what's been really nice to see is the shift, because these two teams are about the same level. It's been a question of adaptability, and once again, the lobby has crashed. In fact, I think my stream crashed. No, it didn't. Okay, hi, folks. Spiff was just RF farming. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I believe that. All right. To the folks who are listening, who are on the team, I did add a 1 to the first bit of info, so password's going to change. We're going to see if that fixes it. Incredible that it has crashed once again, but so far we're having a good time. I mean, we have a very impressive matchup between these two teams. A lot of people believing in NBDA Midnight right now on predictions. Sadly, predictions have closed. But overall, it's been a very incredible night for both teams. Oh, Gavin Coconut's going to be joining the pitch right now. That is another player for NBDA Neon. I'm just going to say Midnight Neon from now on. We all know it's all New Balance all the time. We all have New Balance shoes. That's a lie. I have Skechers. I'm a traitor. But we got a couple more players joining in the lobby as well, so we might have some roster changes at this point. Again, we got Blake, and Gavin Coconut joining in. Blood Wolf server is up. You can join whenever. We do have Tyler and Jordan Akuma on the side of Midnight 2 if they are joining. Blood Wolf, check DMs. I really do hate the Halloween Discord sounds. It is awful. Have you ever done a voice call with people and you didn't hit shift call instead? It's the worst. It is loud. It is in your ear. It is annoying. Everyone's in the lobby. All right. Looks like it's going to be Brand, Big Nut again with Grant, and it's going to be Roy and Spiffy once more on this lobby. And folks, we're heading into Game 4 now. NBDA Midnight currently in the lead by 1 game. And it's going to be Big Nut trying to take a big shot, but instead finds Roy, who will be crushed like a walnut. Great challenge from Blood Wolf. Tries to put that ball inside. Double commit from Neon. They're breaking away here, but that ball's going to take flight. Ball sent down. It's going to be Roy dropping it center. Not just off target. It's going to bounce high. Brand with a chance, but Roy with the pickpocket. Since that ball upfield, it's going to be still on that blue side of the pitch. No goal yet for either team. Nut just sends it down to the corner. Might have been a fatal mistake as Blood Wolf wants to keep it away from Orange. From Neon, I should say. Nut puts it on target, though. It's going to be Bran taking this first goal. And sir, I'm trying to make a story here. It's fine. It's fine. Trust. Big Nut able to pick up I believe that's his second goal of the game. Off an assist as well from Bran. Bran going for a double demo. Sadly, finds a bunch of nothing. It's going to hit off the right post. Spiffy tries to chase it down. Doesn't have enough speed to go supersonic. Instead, taking flight. Blood Wolf also in the airspace, too. Gets a little bit crowded up there. Starting to lose a bit more oxygen. Bran, that's high backboard. Spiffy picks it up off the corner. Nut has a chance to remain calm, cool, composed, and collect. Jordan Akuma, welcome on in as well. Bran takes another shot, but it's going to be deflected by Roy. Roy, defensive powerhouse, trying to make another appearance here. Trying to deny as many shots as possible, already picking up 2 saves. Bran denied by Blood Wolf, won't get credited there. Roy, keep away. Bump off Bran. Back pass to Grant. Grant just going to take it to the corner. Honestly, I feel like that is a touch that we don't get to see a lot of in threes, depending on the skill level, are people who are willing to just take the ball back into the corner, reset your offense, get back in rotation, try to find another angle to attack from. Give yourself a chance to grab some boost, recollect, and slow down the momentum. Because sometimes your opponents just play a bit too quick, and they might have committed, and then they're stuck in your net by the time you have collected that ball, and then you're on a breakaway. Brand taking the back wall away from the blue side. Grant taking the crossbar. Sadly, will not pass that bar exam. Roy taking a shot, drops it down. Grant looking for a clear. Gets bumped out by Roy. But a good pass from Brand. Finds Grant. Grant, oh, I've been there. Accidentally flew off a bit too far. Tried to go up to challenge the ball. Wanted to pinch it towards center. Instead, bounced a bit too far away. Yeah, Insert E, I really do love forcing that momentum shift. I love playing fast, but if you can play smart and slow it down, it makes it so much more frustrating. I think 100x35, actually, when I was calling a game for them a while back when they were doing their RLCS run during a split, they had a really great way of forcing their opponents to play to their speed by bringing that ball back and then just doing a drop to offense more often than not, just finding that upfield pass and then redirecting inside the net. And of course, sometimes they would shift that momentum too. Roy, speaking of shifting momentum, trying to start some momentum here. Less than 90 seconds to go. It's going to be Blood Wolf putting it inside, but it's going to be a save from Grant. Hard off to the corner. One more touch. Big Nut can't follow up. It's going to be Brandon Grant on the back line. Grant needs to get this clear. Sends it off away from Blood Wolf. Roy goes up to challenge. It's Grant taking flight. That's going to be a bit too high for him. It hits the crossbar, and no one able to secure the prize. Oh, Brand, that's going to be an own goal. Roy forcing the own goal. Spiffy puts some momentum behind it, gets punished by Brand, and Roy, instead of shooting at the net, shoots at the opponent and puts that ball inside. That's an incredible note. Insert E. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. We're tied up 1-1 with 50 seconds to go, and Grant is starting to get a bit more aggressive now. He's taking some pages from my playbook, which is I'm going to rotate. I'm going to hit that ball as hard as I can, put it up high, and set you up for the offense. Brand is going to drop this one down, though, even after the soft touch on defense. Spiffy can't confirm. Roy tries to clear it out, puts it up mid lane, where Brand is ready to make that purchase and send it off and away. So that is another note we should talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We should definitely focus on defensively. You can find all the touches you need to prevent the shot. However, you need smarter touches. You need to clear this ball in a way that makes it difficult for your opponents to go for, or at least in a way your team can react quickly. Blood Wolf, great reaction time there. Drops it to Spiffy. Spiffy to Roy. Roy, a bit too high up. Was going for a 60-inch vertical, but really he just needed to hit the backboard. It's going to be Brand just putting it outside. Grantler off the woodwork again. 10 seconds left to go. Blood Wolf tries to bring it inside, denied. It's going to be Grant over to Roy. Spiffy, redirect onto the ceiling. Brand might be able to get one more touch here, gets it to ground. And folks, we're series tied 2-2 now at this point. Neon finding their aggressive side once again. It was an incredible offensive effort coming out from NBDA Neon. They were continuing to find their moments here. We saw a little bit of the aggressive side of Grantler too. Like the important factor for Grant is he wants to find these demos and bumps, and that's the way I love playing. And they have shifted that momentum by putting that pressure on, by finding these bumps and demos. It allows them this incredible chance to force their opponents to have to reset, and that causes that shift in speed. Something Insert E was talking about, where if you as a team can force your opponents to shift speed suddenly, you have so many chances to run that offense and take as much space and possession as you can. That's why I do love demos. That's why I do love paying attention. And the screen goes black again. Hey folks, Psyonix and Epic really just do not want us to run this showcase, and honestly, it's because it's such a banger. It's such a banger. I really do love series that go up neck and neck. We're getting this beautiful back and forth between Midnight and Neon, Midnight and Neon, Midnight and Neon. Honestly, if we get a Game 7, I'm going to be very happy, and I'm probably going to pop off a little bit harder. Ladies and gentlemen, we are setting up the lobby once again. If I ready up, the screen won't go black. Got it. All right. Yeah, I also didn't know that. Usually I just let the clock run down, but not anymore. Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try it that way, and just in case. Overall, though, both teams really showing that adaptability, and I think that is a major factor. No matter what your skill level is, you can be really talented in ones. You can have incredible mechanics, great positioning on game sense. Incredible game sense, great positioning. However, if you cannot adapt to what your opponents are throwing at you every single time, that is where the issue is going to lie. So now we're here at Game 5. We're heading into the Aqua Dome. The Salty Shallows Aqua Dome, which honestly, only reason I picked this one up is because it's part of the map rotation. But again, we've been seeing a nice little back and forth between these teams. We see this overt, aggressive offense coming from Midnight, where they really challenge each other and take as much space. They find these beautiful passing plays between each other. They set each other up to where it's just overwhelming offense. In the meantime, on Neon, it's positioning that's been their advantage. They have found great passes by setting each other up, by forcing awkward recoveries on the side of Midnight. And because of those awkward recoveries, because Roy can't get a good save out upfield in a safe position, or because he's just out of position in the wrong place, wrong time, because the ball goes center very suddenly, very quickly, it leads to this desperation moment for Midnight that allows Neon to excel and do better. Now, the back and forth once again, though, is going to start off with Spiffy picking up the first goal here. As he finds a nice opening, Roy redirects, puts it to the left post. Nut can't find a chance to crack that one past the defensive wall. The offensive pressure being a bit too much in that moment, and that ball will drop inside in favor of Midnight taking the first goal. Now, Grant currently playing on the back wall, but Spiffy's going to fire it towards the net. Just a bit awkward on that movement there. Now, it might have been just indecisiveness. Jumps up, tries to counter, flips forward, dodges the ball. Great if we're playing dodgeball. Sadly, we are not. We're playing Rocket League here, and this is car soccer. You got to use your head, or in this case, at least the back of your spoiler. Spiffy looking for another goal, wanting to find a hat trick for himself. Can't do so. It's going to be Big Nut. Go over to Grant. Grant brings it down to one once again. Nut with a great shot. Puts that pressure on the high backboard. Keeps it just out of reach of Roy. And that ball doesn't waterfall down. It bounces into that strike zone, right into that penalty box. And Grant is ready to kick that one as hard as he can into the back of the net. Now Grant trying to showcase some ones talent. Has a good kickoff, but sadly can't follow through. Nut, though, great follow. Sends that ball and set up for Bram. Big Nut passing some ropes around for the entire team. Neon ties it up 2-2 within 90 seconds. I say within 90, literally, it's like 89 seconds by the time we tie up. Quick sequence of goals back to back to back. Two of them from NBDA Midnight, followed by a quick two from Neon. But that ball almost on target. Bloodwolf scoops it out. Down and away. Grantler pops the ball out. No one's around at the strike zone. Instead, they're playing safe and defensively. Roy wants to drop the ball for Spiffy. Spiffy's going to make do. This ball towards the net. Grant hits it off the goalpost. Dangerous position, dangerous touch. Still enough. And now puts it onto the right post. Over Bloodwolf. Roy's out of position. Big Nut up high. Bloodwolf puts it to the left side of the field. Down onto the orange with Roy. Spiffy drops the ball down. Upfield to Blood. Grant down in the corner. Outplays Roy. Gets the ball up to the half-court line. Bloodwolf's going to commit here, but Grant's going to dunk down. Spiffy redirects, puts it upfield, looks for Bloodwolf, but sadly, that dog's currently chewing on a different toy. Almost gets bumped out. Bran, soft touch, finds Big Nut, and sadly, the nut goes the other way. A little bit too much torsion on that play. If you flinched, yes, I did too. Like that one Venture Brothers episode. 120 seconds left to go. Still tied 2-2. High pop-up from Spiffy. Going to look for a pass off the backboard. Off the woodwork, though. Spiffy, last one back. It's going to be Big Nut. Tries to find an opening here. It says going to pass it across the field. Looking for Brand. Spiffy off the left post again. Spiffy looking for a hat trick right now. Bloodwolf just looking for a counter. Roy looking for a goal. Grant can't get there in time. Incredible bump from Bloodwolf. Sets up the team, puts Grant in the corner, and takes him out, brings the lead back up to midnight. 100 seconds to go at this point in time. After a nice little back and forth, honestly, I do imagine we're going to get a second goal here. Spiffy looking for that third one, puts it right on center. 3-0 in favor of Spiffy. One goal from Roy, puts him with a 2-goal difference again at 91 seconds now. Quick sequence of goals again. There is a dry spell for just a bit of time, and then very quickly, one team will find 2 goals, and now we're looking to see if Neon will find 2 goals. Oh, that ball goes right past the net. It's going to be Bloodwolf looking for a pass over to Spiffy, counted down by Brand. Pop-up over to Grantler. Just a bit too high. That's enough of a chance for Big Nut. Denied by Bloodwolf. Pinched by Brand. Gets broken through. Roy takes out Grantler. Going to take away some of that offensive momentum. Big Nut looking for a big drop. Tries to send it down in front of the net for Brand, but can't find it. Grant. Another chance, and that's going to be a way to break the cycle. Roy with his second goal of the night. Going to send that ball right into the net off the pass once again from Bloodwolf. Bloodwolf. For momentum for them. Now, Big Nut. Hoping to keep this team in the fight. He's gotten both the assists for both the goals right now for Neon. And now if he needs to make a difference, it's going to be trying to find a goal as well for himself. Ball cleared over to the opposite side. Roy almost brings it within striking distance of his own net, but will find it off the post. Tries to help out Bloodwolf, bumps him off, tries to take the ball away. Brand and Big Nut both on the same side of the pitch, looking for a chance to keep this momentum going forward. Ball dropped in front of the net. Brand fakes out Roy, but can't keep it under control. No one's at the net, and no one is back either. Grant goes up to try to help out, but Roy will find his hat trick as well. Second hat trick of the night for Roy. Moments hesitation for the team. Will break that on the defense, break down that rotation, and hesitation kills, folks. Doesn't matter what level you are in Rocket League. If you take a bit too long to breathe and it's not a well thought out break, you will be dusted fairly immediately. And now that 4-goal difference, Midnight has shown that to Neon fairly handily, putting them on match point at this point in time. That's going to be Roy going up for one more touch, but that ball is heading to the ground. New Balance Data Association Midnight on match point. And again, it's just whichever team is more aggressive right now. We see 11 shots coming out from NBDA Midnight. I think it was only one game. I think it was only game 2 where Neon was just 1 shot behind Midnight but still won. We have one more map to go, ladies and gentlemen. As we look at these stats, again, hat trick for Roy and Spiffy. Roy picking up his second hat trick of the night. We're going to make our way very quickly to Neo Tokyo, as I am mashing to the map change. I wish I had a better way. All right, looks like Blood Wolf was right. We are already into the new map, ladies and gentlemen, and I am very excited to get this one going. It is match point midnight. Neon looking for another way to stay alive. They have consistently played very well. They have dropped one game and then picked up another. Dropped one game, picked up another. Dropped one game, picked up another. This could very well be the same formula here as we're on Neo Tokyo. Big Nut with a big win on the kickoff over to Brand. Looking for Grant. Grant just a bit too high. Is there going to be a cut? No, it's going to be Spiffy taking this one away. Roy pounces on it, puts it upfield, right into the box. Over to Brand. No, Grantler. Oh, a bit too far forward, and it's going to be Blood Wolf taking the first goal here. Takes that shot from Roy and happily serves up that first goal for Midnight. However, this is not really something for Neon to worry about. Oh, they go for a fake on the second kickoff of Game 6, and Nut goes for a pinch, instead forced to pinch off Blood Wolf. Blood Wolf can't really keep it under control. Spiffy dodges. Grant tries to kill the ball in front of the net, but Spiffy is able to scoop that one out and away. Brand, quick reaction, however, has a flat tire, goes in for repairs at the pit stop. It's going to be Big Nut looking for a chance to take the lead. Can't take that moment. Ball in front of the net, over to Roy, denied by Brand. Blood Wolf steps back. Ball sailing through the sky, flying oh so high. Brand with the waterfall, wants one more, but Roy will scoop out. Taking two scoops, it's going to be Big Nut, another roll up. Can't chase this one down, tries to get a bump off Roy, but Spiffy even gets involved in that touch. Soft goal, soft shot from Brand. It's going to be Nut, keeping it in the corner. Blood Wolf the pass over to Spiffy. Spiffy with a chance to adjust, tries to get a bump on Brand to let the ball bounce in gracefully. Blood Wolf, quick beat. Roy demo in the background. It's going to force Brand into a 2v3. Grant also respawn on the right side. RNG not working out for him at this point. Instead, it's going to be Roy looking for a second shot. They're trying to, again, keep this aggression up. Pay attention to how fast and quick Midnight has continued to harass and harangue. And so far, it's been so difficult for Neon to have a moment to breathe. They've been struggling to find an opening here and there. It's going to be Big Nut, though, able to get a 50. Now tries to send this ball up high. Spiffy, awkward positioning, but still makes it work. Ball 50'd out. Grant's going to take flight. That's on target. Denied by Spiffy. Great look from Grant, though, and I like that offensive pressure from Neon. After being so cooked up, about to boil over, they're finally able to find the gap and get a reprieve. Grant looking to drop the ball down. Can't do so. 50 wins out by Blood Wolf. Over to Roy. Brand hits it in the corner. Roy drops down to Spiffy. Spiffy fires! And that one's going to go in. Great pass from Roy as well. Finds another pass out to a teammate. And Spiffy, great shot placement. Bounces it down hard on the ground. Sends it in. Just at the top shelf, just at that upper 90. Now, well past the halfway mark. Blood Wolf looking for another goal. Sails past, but that ball's still going to work out. Blood Wolf was the fake. Sends this one in. Roy picks up his, I believe, first goal of the Game 6. And that's 100% goal participation as well from everyone on Midnight as well. So far, not much of a response from Neon. They've had some good looks. They've had some incredible effort. However, just haven't been able to break past that wall. That wall is starting to build higher and higher too, but they're looking to dig in. They're looking to pull away some of that dirt. They're looking to cover the yard, trying to break through only with a spoon, but that spoon will soon become a mighty shovel if they continue to put pressure onto Midnight. Big Nut, chance for a breakaway here. Needs one more touch. Oh, a bit too harsh, a bit too hard, a bit too quick, a bit too fast, a bit too furious. But at the end of the day, it's all about family, and that's what Grant is trying to set the team up to do. No one is around, though. He has been left desolate and isolated in that moment. It's Brand with the pickup. Ball at the half-court line. Roy with the firing shot. Sends it just inside the right post. Hard power coming from the half-court line. Great 50 from Spiffy. and some power to put it inside. That's going to be a 4-0 lead. 93 seconds left to go. Things are dire for NBDA Neon. Ball taking flight. It's going to be Spiffy dropping this one down. Set up once again, up high. Bloodwolf looking for another goal. Just got to find that one crack in the wall. If you can find that one goal, if you can find that one opening, that will set you up for a comeback of a lifetime. 70 seconds left to go. Bloodwolf scoops it away. Try and find one more goal. Does so. Incredible scoop and score for Bloodwolf. Pops it up high, finds the bounces just over the head. A big nut, just a bit bigger than him. Goomba stomps down, flips forward, and takes that ball inside. 64 seconds left to go. 5-goal difference. 5-0. Neon, again, dire situation, but they may just need the one goal to get them started. If they can just reset the kickoff in their favor, Big Nut with the biggest play. Morale reset here. 51 seconds left to go. That's plenty of time to tie up the game. If you can continue this momentum shift, great goal from Big Nut off the pass from Grantler. Brings them within 4. There's a non-zero chance here that Midnight, if another goal gets scored, they may turtle. They may shell up and play more passive. That could counter them heavily. Big Nut looking for a pass out. Gets another touch off the ball. Now, ball on the ground. Looks for a pass to Grant, but Bloodwolf scoops it away. Brant, hard 50. It's going to be Nut just trying to keep this team alive. He's going to drag them across the finish line. Come hell or high water. Spiffy out of the corner. Scoops away from Bran. Hard touch, sends it across to the line. They don't really need much more effort here. 10 seconds left to go. That could do it. That is going to do it, I should say. But an impressive showcase between both teams. Midnight, high-level aggression winning out in the end. I mean, just look at the amount of shots they have put on in that first half. Incredible run for NBDA Midnight, but let's give it a hand for both teams. They have done so well. As we look at the stat sheets here, folks, I mean, Big Nut with the one goal, trying to drag that team across the finish line. Grant doing everything he can, trying to find an opening for the team, but could not do so. It was an incredible run for both teams, ladies and gentlemen. And I am going to pick a play of the game for myself right now because for the folks who are joining us for the first time, I started doing this clip of the month or clip of the week for me. And honestly, I love talking about Bloodwolf's incredible first clip he got as he fired that ball into the net at the very start. I love that doozy from Bran. However, at the end of the day, there is only one person who truly did drag that team across the finish line, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be Spiffy. Spiffy had a beautiful play here, and I feel like that set up the offense going into game 3. It was an incredible shot where Spiffy read the ball perfectly from that pass by Bloodwolf, who dropped it down from him and puts it past not one, not two, but 2 defenders in order to take that lead. And that is what got them there. Spiffy, GGC as well, my friend. I do also have some other favorites on here too. I'll be sending those out to y'all tonight. But overall, an incredible series from both these teams. Congratulations to New Balance Data Association for picking up 2 incredible rosters led by 2 incredible captains as well. Grantler running Neon and Bloodwolf running Midnight. I cannot wait to see how they do at Ascend Tournament Series. But ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, thank you all so very much for joining me. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I want to give a shout out to Grizzly Demon, It's Roy, Pocket Bread, Oh My Spiffy, Insert E. I know you've been in here. I love hearing your conversation pieces, man. You've been incredible to talk to. It's been a wonderful time streaming for y'all. Please, if you ever need to have a caster, please feel free to reach out to me on my socials, !socials in the chat. You can also check me out playing Dark Souls with my partners on Monday, ? I think we're doing Monday. I just got the okay from my partners downstairs. They've been waiting for me to be done casting for a little bit. So with that, folks, I got you. So with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and close out for the night. I'm going to see if there is someone I can raid us out to. Because I know we got some action going on tonight. Here we are. Oh my God, they have changed all the layouts for Twitch, which is wild to see. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have anyone who's actually covering any games tonight, which I would have gone to. So we're gonna go ahead and close out this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all once again. The music was made by Christopher Escalante. Hit !track if you want to find Christopher Escalante's website and commission him for your own music, for your own broadcasts and soundtracks. He not only does incredible music for esports, but he also does musical compositions for video games and more. Please check him out as well. And he also does stuff on Cameo. If you want a voice actor to read some stuff off for you, you can always reach out to him on that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thank you all so very much for joining me on the broadcast. You have a wonderful evening, and good night.